Well, today is Monday, April 12th. Vanessa and I are about to settle down at the table and quickly go through the steps of playing a game of aces to aces. Okay, Vanessa, so what's the first step?
Cut the deal.
Cut the deal, and you get a ace of diamonds. And of course, I think we need to shuffle these cards because I got the two of diamonds.
Oh yeah, you just want to take away my ace. I see.
No, but go right ahead and shuffle them good because you just won the cut. Well, Vanessa wanted to keep that ace, but that's not how the game goes, so she's going to shuffle first. Here she goes. And now she's going to deal two hands. Oh, ordinarily you keep your cards to yourself, but since Vanessa and I are demonstrating the game quickly and we're going to run through it, we want to show you our hands, and I will say right off, look at me, I get ace of clubs again, and Vanessa dealt, so it's not like there was any shenanigans there. I also have a number of diamonds, some of them are low, I have some spades, but only a couple hearts. So let's see what Vanessa's got. Explain what you got, Vanessa. Ooh, I think I see a...
The ace of diamonds.
That turned up again for you, didn't it?
And lots of clubs.
Lots of clubs, so boy, you can do a lot of trading. And if you play diamonds, you're going to try to make it, what, hard on me, aren't you? Okay, since I'm sitting clockwise from the dealer, I get to go first. So I'm going to go ahead and claim my ace, which means I have to decide whether I should defend it now because I control the flow, and I'll say yes, the ace of clubs. This is my portal into the archetypal world. The archetypal world is the world of the basic principles that are substanting all the game, and those basic principles are life is filled with tension, leading to crisis. Crises teach lessons, ideally by people coming up with solutions, and if the solution's a good one, there'll be a resolution of the tension and the crisis based on the solution leading back to the ace. It's now Vanessa's turn, and Vanessa says,
It's my ace into the realm of, well, it says psychologic. Based off the Erik Erikson development, starting off with hope, developing hope, leading to faith, leading to knowledge, and finally to truth.
If I try to draw a two of clubs so I can advance, the odds are very slim, but if she happens to have a two of clubs, I'm willing to make a trade. If I have the two of diamonds, you'll give me the two of clubs? Well, I happen to have it, and I'm willing to make that trade.
That's what I said.
Since I manage the flow and the game's early, I'm going to go ahead and allow myself, after making the trade for the two of clubs, to go through the entire steps. And the first step is I have to explain what a two of clubs represents in terms of archetypes. Okay, we've made a little progress in the game. It's about 10 minutes later. We've been drawing cards for a while. I picked up the ace of hearts, and I decided to gift Vanessa with the ace of hearts because I already had the ace of clubs and the ace of spades. So I figure she can manage the ace of hearts along with the ace of diamonds. Okay, we're now at a point in the game where a couple of the tokens are poised to advance from the first triumvirate of threes into the second. And what I'm going to do as the manager of this game, because it's early, is I am going to, because we've been into about a half an hour, I am going to expedite it, and I'm basically going to just allow anything to go. This is going to be called Anything Goes. So after about an hour of play, you'll notice that all of our markers, save one, are on the verge of entering into the court cards. Pretty much 3 10s and 1 9. And this looks like the kind of conditions where which suit is likely to win, Vanessa, based on what you're seeing. Based on the goals. Remember, the goals were Spades wants to get to king before anybody else to win. Diamonds wants to get to ace before one of the players gets to jack. Hearts wants every player to get to at least jack before it aces. And clubs wants everybody to get to be king before someone aces. Okay, something very important is emerging here. It's now Spades' turn to play. Spades is at 10. Somebody on this board is imperiled and will not, if the spades advances to jack. In this play, if they have the jack, they describe what the first level of control well, because it has to do with control, the court cards. Somebody's going to lose this game. The goals of the game is clubs win if everybody gets to be a king before someone aces. Hearts wins if everybody gets to be a court card before hearts aces. And diamonds gets to be the winner of the game if they ace before at least one other player fails to get to be a court card. And spades, I should have said clubs here. Spades gets to win if they get to king before anyone else. Well, it doesn't look like spades is going to get to king before anyone else. It's still possible. But there's going to be one player who's definitely out in this next play if spades advances from 10 to jack. So based on what I just said, what do you think, Vanessa? Who's going to lose? We already know that if spades progresses from a 10 to a jack of spades, 10 showing now, to this position here, diamonds is out. And if spades manages to progress rapidly through to king before anybody else, he wins. Meanwhile, look at this. In that last round, clubs advanced all the way to king. For him to win, he has to get everybody else to be a king first. Now that's going to be a bit challenging, but he's already a king. This guy is not going to win spades because there's already a king. So his attribute that he has to fulfill is be the first king. Well, clubs is already the king. So now both diamonds and spades are not in a position to win this game. All right, remember I said the role of the clubster is to be honorable. Well, I'm in a position now where I can ace before any of the other players actually get to be king. That's how I manage the game. It's because the cards were really good to me to begin with. So I have to be very honorable. Despite my best efforts to get everybody to race forward, I wasn't able to get everybody to be king. And I can sit here and I can make up some fuddy-duddy answer so that I don't get to be ace, but I have to be honest about it because I'm also the archetype. All right, the cards that I got made it predispose this game towards me winning the game. Now, to progress from king here to ace, archetypal, basically means this. It basically means I'm out of the picture. I'm ready to move on. I'm abstracting. I'm not concerned anymore with my archetypal responsibilities. I've done the best I could in terms of being a demigod or a god or whatever you want to call this person, the clubster person. Did the best I could. The cards were a bet against me. The other players didn't quite do as well as I'd hoped. But I'm ready to move on. And that's aces to aces. You start off incipiently, you go through a cycle of all kinds of experiences, and then you get to be the king, in which case you control everything, dominate everything that's going on in your sphere, and then you move forward and you say, there's something else beyond what I'm doing. Maybe there's another circle in some other dimension above this board, and I just translate it into it. I'm not concerned with it anymore. But you know what? There'll be another game, and maybe next time I'll get to be clubs again, and I'll have a different hand. Or maybe somebody else will get to be clubs, and I get to be this, the diamond sword stirrer, and I get to try to spoil everything for everybody, but I gotta have a good hand to do it and good tactics. Maybe I'll get to be Mr. Spadester down here, and I'll race through all these things, and I'll get to king before anybody else does, right? Maybe I'll be the heartster, and I'll get to ace while everybody else is a court card, etc. But that's a future incarnation of the game. That's how it's played. Players should get better and better. It's taken us over 2 hours to get through the game. We've had to play all 4 hands. It's 2 of us. Had we had 4 players and everybody had been really up to speed about how this works, probably could have gotten through a game easily in an hour. But the real variable is Who's managing the game? What cards you get dealt? And how articulately you can describe progress within your realm or sphere.